Baku, capital of Azerbaijan, towers above the Caspian Sea. With 3.5 million inhabitants, more than 1/3 of the country's total population, it's by far the dominant city in the region. 4 guides will take us all around their beloved hometown, offering up its many secrets and treasures.
Welcome to Baku.
2 of our guests are Olympic champions, Farid Manzarov, wrestling champion in Athens 2004, and Zemfira Meftakidanova, skeet champion in Sydney 2000. Our last 2 guides will be Ralph Aliyev, one of the key players in the national football team, and Eldar Gazimov, a star singer who won last year's Eurovision Song Contest. Let's discover Baku, its history and its modernity. Farid Manzarov is a true Azerbaijani star. He's a wrestling champion who dominates in the leading sport in Azerbaijan. The walls of the National Training Centre are covered with photographs of his achievements. The Greco-Roman wrestling champion had to retire in 2010 because of a double jaw injury. He's now Vice President of the Azerbaijani Wrestling Federation, in charge of the junior teams. Farid knows Baku like the back of his hand and drives us through the narrow streets of the old city called Içeri Şehir. Baku is called Baku. Baku means city of winds. Therefore, I would say that the rhythm of the city here changes all the time, like the wind. Sometimes it's hectic, sometimes it's quiet. It has seasonal changes. The old city is inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site along with the Maiden Tower and the Shivansha Palace. Together with an official guide, Farid shows us around this palace, built in the 15th century as Baku became the capital of Azerbaijan. A masterpiece of architecture symbolising the leading period of the Shivansha dynasty. There are graves here. And what about the acoustics? The grave of the Shak and the graves of 6 members of his family. The Sultan's title is written on one of these graves. This is a historical memorial for us. This is our past and everyone should know about it. There's a proverb: if you do not know your history, you'll have a hard time in the future. Wandering around the narrow streets, smelling the scent of the old stones, Farid brings us into one of the numerous small shops of the Içeri Şehir. Higgledy-piggledy, antiques, carpets, traditional hats and silk scarves are all available here. You can buy souvenirs, presents and antiques, but for buying food, I think we'll have to go to the bazaar. All scents and all colours, and there's every taste to be tried here in the bazaar, such as cherry plum paste called lavashana, widely used in Azerbaijani cuisine. And to talk about food, where better than a restaurant? In our case, the best restaurant in Baku's old city. Farid gives us an invite. The arched alcoves provide ideal conditions to taste the finest traditional Azerbaijani dishes. So begins a plate of various local specialities, beginning with the dolmas, vine leaves stuffed with rice and meat. And here comes the masterpiece.
This is kebab.
This is a kebab. Kebab is quite heavy food. In the past, our fathers and grandfathers used to eat hot kebabs from the skewers. Here in Azerbaijan we have a say: the more blood in the kebab, the stronger the brave. and it's delicious. This voice rose to international stardom. Eldar Gasimov, at just 22, with this song Running Scared, won last year's Eurovision Song Contest. Eldar is a lover of sport, like all his fellow Azerbaijanis.
Sport is very important in Azerbaijan, and as you see, every year and every time we're opening a lot of new stadiums and swimming pools and a lot of places of sports. I would really like to have the Olympic Games 2020 in Baku, and to sing up there in front of millions of people in the world. It would be the biggest honor in my life to represent my country one more time and show up the world how do we care about sports.
Eldar has a passion for horses too, and he takes us a few miles outside of Baku to Achilig Merkezi, the biggest equestrian centre in the region, scene of Baku's international jumping events. Azerbaijan has its own thoroughbred horses, the horses from the Karabakh stables.
The horses are very important for Azerbaijan, because many years ago, you know, even in Baku and all the districts and everywhere in Azerbaijan, we used the horses. We didn't have cars, and I think it's better. You know, I'd rather ride a horse than a car. I'm afraid of cars much more than the horses.
Zemfira Meftaketdinova is a true champion. She won the gold medal in the skeet at the Olympic Games in Sydney in 2000, then the bronze 4 years later in Athens. Zemfira, born in Baku, comes from a Tatarian family that settled in the Azeri capital in 1918. When you think about arts and crafts in Azerbaijan, you think carpets. Hello there, this is the State Museum of Azerbaijan's Carpet and Applied Art. There's an unusual carpet here. It's called shikili, a beautiful carpet. Hundreds of pattern carpets can be found here. Camels are displayed. Some of these carpets are more than 3 centuries old. I can show you how the carpets are weaved. That's quite difficult. Yeah, it's very complicated work. We weave one carpet every day. You can try yourself. No, I don't think so. We have weaving sections here. You can attend if you want. We put carpets on the floors of every house. In the past, they were used instead of furniture. We have a saying here, your home is where your carpet is laid. Night falls over Baku, the city of winds become the city of lights. Time for us to go for a stroll among Bakunians. We walk with Zemfira and her 5-year-old son, Ruslan. This is on Nizami Street. It's one of the most beautiful streets here, one of the busiest streets, especially in the summer when we have good weather. Almost everyone in Baku comes to this street. Baku is a multinational city. Everybody is friends here. I've not witnessed anywhere else in the world where families can become friends like they do here. Bakunians are very hospitable and are a well-meaning people.
Бакинцы – это очень гостеприимные, очень доброжелательные люди.
Here's another favourite spot of Bakunians, the Boulevard. We have an appointment with Ralph Aliev, one of the major players in the national football team. He's won 20 caps, scoring 4 goals. Ralph is originally from Fizuli in the Karabakh region and came to Baku at the age of 16. The Boulevard, a 2-kilometre-long avenue just by the Caspian Sea, is the main croisette in the city. We're on the boulevard now. The boulevard is the place where Azerbaijanis and Bakunians rest. People stroll here with their families and children. Children love this place. Since it's located by the sea, it's cool. And in one of the numerous cafes along the boulevard, Ralph introduces us to the main occupation of the Azerbaijanis, that is in their free time, playing board games, chess and checkers, but most of all backgammon and dominoes. The old guy is so good at this. Are you in the national team? Yes, he is. We're playing dominoes. I'd say that I play this game the most when I have some free time. Actually, it's the only game I can play. Therefore, I come here to play dominoes with these guys here. This is the most famous footballer in our country. Coming to Baku, whether it's to live, work, play or just to visit, is being ready to experience something great. Night or day, it's possible to enjoy the kindness and availability of the Azerbaijani hosts, like we have with Eldar, Zemfira, Ralph and Farid.
See you.
Sport is emotion, sport is hope and fear, sport is physical excellence and ultimate performance. Sport is about athletes, certainly, but not exclusively. Owners, managers, officials, coaches and the media, they too are part of the global sporting picture. Welcome to a brand new show on Eurosport, where we'll be meeting the world's biggest sport influencers. At Basel World, the most important trade show of the international watch and jewellery industry, we met one such sporting tycoon. So, I'm Nick Hayek. I've got a title, but I don't like titles. I'm the chief of the Swatch Group. Nick is the son of the legendary Nicolas Hayek, who took the watch industry by storm when he